Hey, welcome back to the channel podcast where we're consuming this. My name's Micah. I'm the co-owner and co-founder of Dream Support LLC. We provide remote executive assistance for busy leaders, maybe like you, to get you out of the minutia and tasks that are oh so important, but they just drain you. And you need to live kind of at a higher level, above the clouds, as we say, where there's clarity and focus available to you at every turn. So if you need help with that, please let me know. Today, I want to tell you about something I've been discovering that I think could be very valuable and helpful to a lot of you. You know, you've heard it said that your network is your net worth and things of that nature. You've probably heard it said that your network chooses you unless you choose your network. And I found that to be true in my life as well. If I want to be connected with someone, it's not just going to happen. I have to work at that and shoot for that and try to make that happen. And one thing that I really, really like is connecting people. I learned this from a few people who have been really helpful in my business and growing our business, because we are like 99.9% referral based. Like, these videos and these podcasts that we put out are not really geared at gaining new clients. It's really at resourcing people we already work with. And it's an outlet for me to just sort of have a place to put the things that I'm learning. And then also it's a place where if you have, someone tells you about me, you can go research me. And so it's a place to validate what your friend or our referral is telling you about us. It's a place to build authority. But when someone just connects me, I keep looking at my phone because I'm just looking at a group text here. And in this group text, I was introducing two people. They have very similar businesses. They're both in the Southeast. And one of these gentlemen filled out an inquiry on our website a couple days ago and was connected by someone else that we work with. And then I immediately called him and we had a chat probably for like 45 minutes to an hour, really just chatting it up. What are you doing? Tell me about your business. What are your needs? All these kinds of things. And I love talking to leaders about this stuff because I learned so much, and I also can bring the knowledge I have from working with other people to the table. And I realized that both he and another guy that I've never worked with, but I know his brother and I've talked to him a few times. They work in the same region of the US and they have similar businesses, and they could probably collaborate, because collaboration is always better than competition. And I think they have a real opportunity to collaborate. So I connected them via text, and then they've been chatting back and forth, and I get to see the fruit that comes from that little thing, that connection. So one of the things I really love to do is make connections with people together who I think would be very impactful for them, or their business, or their ministry, or their organization. So I think what I'm learning is networking is more powerful than sales. Networking for the good of others is more powerful than sales. Now, if they form a partnership of some kind, if they come to an agreement, or they just help each other out and they become valuable resources to each other, guess who gets credit? I do. I get credit for that. And every time they are feeling appreciative of one another, they'll think of me as the connector of them, and it leads to a greater reputation and more opportunity down the road. I just think that is so powerful and key. Now, the key is it's got to be helpful to them. The connection's got to be helpful to them. So whenever I think about that, I am trying to make a connection. Another example, 2 weeks ago, I was in Simi Valley at a different conference, and I met the principal of a school from Chicago. He works at a private school in the south part of Chicago, services a community that they've been there for a long time, and they're making a huge impact to the community. And he said that his board had approved for him to have an in-person, full-time executive assistant. Now, I don't provide in-person assistance. I'm remote. We are remote-based. So that's not something that I'm doing. However, we've had lots of applicants. We've had people who live in Chicago who have worked with us. And so I have connections there. So what am I doing? I'm texting people, I'm calling people, hey, do you know anyone? Do you know anyone? This guy needs some help. And I won't get any money for that, But what I will get is the satisfaction of making a connection if I'm able to. That's number one. Number two, I will get credit for making that connection, which will increase my reputation. And number three, I just think it's the right thing to do. So networking, making connections, very, very powerful. This is sort of off the top of my head, just something I'm thinking about. So I hope it's helpful to you. If you know someone who needs something and you know someone who can provide it, make the connection, no matter if it has actual monetary value to you or will directly impact your bank account or not. The right thing to do is make the connection. Be a super connector. God bless. See you in the next one.